Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a video that I've seen a few of my friends do here on YouTube, so they totally inspired me. I will try and remember to link some videos and tag some friends down in the description box, so if you want to see their videos, you can go ahead and do that. Today I just wanted to talk about some palettes I already own that I think would be so fun for springtime. I have never done videos like this where I kind of highlight palettes that are already in my collection that might be appropriate for the season, but I feel like the older I get and the more into makeup I get, I really do kind of think of eyeshadow palettes as seasonal. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm really into like a smoky, dramatic eye look like the one I have on today, but sometimes when I look at a palette, it definitely reminds me of a particular season, and I really tried hard not to just pick like 10 pastel eyeshadow palettes because that's very easy to do, because Easter time and springtime just reminds me of pastel shades. I won't lie though, I do have a few pastel leaning eyeshadow palettes in this video. The reason I did decide to do this video though is so I could talk about palettes that I already have, not new palettes, palettes that you might already have in your collection as well that you might want to pull out and try out in this season. So without further blabbering, let's get into it. If you guys are new to my channel, I just want to say hey, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I like to focus on where the products are tan girl friendly because when I first got on YouTube, I had such a hard time finding content that applied to my skin tone, and I know things are getting better now. There's way more creators than when I started watching YouTube like 10 years ago. But I still think it's so relevant to have conversations in relation to what works with a skin tone, because not everything that works on a light skin tone is going to work on a tan skin tone. Not everything that works on a tan skin tone is going to work on a deep skin tone. And not everything that works on a deep skin tone is going to work on a light skin tone. So the circle just goes on and on and on and on and on. But anyway, if you like tan girl friendly makeup, I would highly recommend subscribing to my channel, turning on that post notification bell, because I am uploading every day. I have a bit of spare time on my hands the last couple of weeks, and I have taken it upon myself to try and post every day so I can grow my channel, and you guys can help me out by subscribing, liking this video, leaving me a comment, because it makes my channel look really good on the algorithm. Figured I'd shamelessly ask because, I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask. That's what my mom told me, okay? So I feel like I've gone on and on and on, and let's get into some beautiful palettes that remind me of spring. Okay, boys and gals, where do I start? Let me just go. So the first palette I grabbed is an oldie but a goodie. This is the Juvia's Place Warrior 3 palette. So I do feel like this palette is basically a rainbow palette, and you know, a lot of you are Juvia's Place stans. I know a lot of you just buy every single Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette that comes out, kind of like I do. I feel like Juvia's Place has been killing it with the eyeshadow palettes. In 2020, they launched the beautiful, and I can see it, and was one of my favorite palettes of 2020. This is embarrassing. I'm totally blanking on the name, but you guys know which one I'm talking about. I'll put it right here. Those two palettes were so stunning. I was just so in love with them, but I decided to pull out a little bit of an oldie but a goodie. This palette is absolutely stunning. I still remember I decided to pass on this, and then Angie did a video. I think she did like a 3 looks 1 palette video with this, and I was just like, oh my god, I need that palette. So I did end up grabbing it. It's so fun, and if you like these kinds of shades and you want something a little bit different, it's a great palette to check out, and I think I can just do so many beautiful spring-inspired looks with this palette, so I thought I would mention it in case you have this palette. You might want to pull it out for the season. Okay, the next palette I want to talk about is the BFF palette from BH Cosmetics, and this is probably the newest palette in this video. I think these pastel shades are so pretty. I did an eye look with these 2 shades for this palette. It's on my channel, and I just feel like this is a great drugstore price palette that you can pick up like at Ulta, and they have some great neutral shades, some fun pops of blue, stunning packaging, and I think it just really goes with the theme of spring with those pastels, but it also has some great neutrals, some great everyday shades, and I think this is going to be friendly for a lot of different skin tones. So if you're on the market for something like this and you want to try BH, because I know BH I feel like has blown up in 2020 and 2021, this is one of their really good palettes as well that you can pick up. Okay, Lethal Cosmetics. I cannot believe I landed on the PR list for this brand, and this was like the first collection they sent me in PR. This is their After Dark collection, and again, I know I said I don't want to mention too many pastel palettes, but it's really easy to mention pastels for spring because they just remind you of the beautiful flowers and Easter time if you celebrate Easter. I don't know, I just feel like pastels and spring just go hand in hand, and these eyeshadows are so beautiful. I love the Lethal Cosmetics formula. They are definitely worth checking out if you have not checked them out previously. Okay, this palette got so much hype last year. This is the Mel Thompson Sydney Grace collaboration. This is the Tiny Marvels palette. I feel like this is the perfect time to pull this palette out and use it because it definitely reminds me of like a spring garden vibe. Since they have another collaboration coming out sometime soon, hopefully soon, with Temptalia, I feel like if you have not tried the Sydney Grace formula, definitely the time to do so. I don't know if this palette is in stock, but I know a lot of you are Mel Thompson fans, so you probably already have this palette. Highly recommend grabbing it, trying it out, or reusing it, recreating some beautiful looks with this because the Sydney Grace metallic formula is, oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. It's so creamy, it's so long lasting, and so beautiful. I love it so much, and it's a small women-owned indie brand, so I'm very excited to see what's coming next. But I think this is a beautiful springtime palette. Okay, so the next palette that I think is so perfect for spring is the Vintage Rose palette from Give Me Glow. I mean, again, another palette that reminds me of a garden. I went like spring, pastel, Easter vibes or garden vibes. And I mean, a rose themed palette like this is so perfect. I honestly wish Pat McGrath would do something like this because I know she's obsessed with the rose theme. Like she gave us Divine Rose 1, Divine Rose 2, but I would love to see her do, if she does another rose palette, I would love to see her incorporate some greens. Although I feel like overall we're all over the Pat McGrath rose theme, but this one I think is a rose theme done perfectly. Beautiful packaging. You know, I just really like this palette. Okay, another one that is so, I'm so cliche, guys. Again, another palette that reminds me of a garden. You guys know how much I love Sigma eyeshadows, and this one is probably the most unique eyeshadow palette that they've launched. This was their first 14 pan eyeshadow palette, and I didn't get this right away. I actually got this after I tried the Corta Rosa, and I realized like how good their eyeshadows were. So I was definitely late to the party on this, but if you like kind of unique eyeshadows, I really think this is beautiful. I know some people don't love this palette, some people don't like the Sigma eyeshadow quality, but for me it works really well. I don't even really know what I can compare their eyeshadow palette formula to, but it's so good. It's so creamy. The mattes are so blendable and pigmented. I really like this palette, so sometimes you can get this on a great sale. And if you're interested in the color story, I would highly recommend this palette from Sigma. Okay guys, you didn't think I was gonna talk about spring eyeshadow palettes and not mention the Glamlight Ice Cream palette, did you? And there are some neutral shades in this palette, but I do see the kind of importance of having neutrals because you can kind of deepen up some of these pastel shades. Has the most gorgeous metallics. I really want to do another look with this palette because I definitely feel like there is a lot of potential here that I didn't tap into when I originally got this palette. So having extra time to focus on YouTube, I think I might do 3 looks, 1 palette videos, and this is one I definitely want to focus on. I also want to create more Glamlight content because I have a bunch of their eyeshadow palettes. I'm also a Glamlight affiliate now, which is unreal. I mean, like, I feel like Glamlight affiliates do the most beautiful Instagram makeup, so how I got into that program, I don't know, but I'm very grateful. Thank you guys if you use my code. I will put it right here in case you guys are interested, but Glamlight always has amazing sales, and I always have my affiliate code in my description box and in my Instagram bio, so if you guys shop through those, I highly appreciate it. But I love this palette. It's so beautiful, and yeah, let me know down in the comments if you guys would like to see more Glamlight videos because their eyeshadow palette formula is absolutely awesome, and I love their price point as well. Okay, another oldie but a goodie. This is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I really like the Huda Beauty bigger eyeshadow palette formula. It's really good, and this is definitely one of the more unique color combos she's launched in a while. I cannot wait to see what she does next, but it seems like she's really focusing on the mini palettes and a ton of neutrals, which I'm not currently loving, but this palette I know I used in a video that I did as a collaboration where we did eyeshadow looks inspired by cake. and I really liked how that eye look turned out. So if you guys want to see that, I would highly recommend checking my channel out. But this is a cool palette. I think so many people wanted this when it launched, and you can probably now snag it on sale because Huda does quite a few sales around the holidays and stuff like that. I like this. This is one of my favorite color stories that she's done. Okay, the 9th palette I want to show you guys is this newer one as well. This is BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles. And again, it's another pastel palette. Beautiful metallic shadows. The mattes are nice too, but I just love BH's formulas, and they're just doing such a good job with these palettes that are like part of their travel series. Of course, you guys have heard me talk about their Blueberry Muffin, the Avocado Toast palette. Those are like my favorites, and then of course their Ice Cream Shop palettes. But this palette is really nice, and again, I'm so excited to see what else they launch in 2021. Last but certainly not least is this palette. This is my first time trying LA Girl eyeshadows, and this is the Main Stage palette. Such a good palette for the price point. I love this price point. I mean, not everybody wants to spend $50 on an eyeshadow palette, even though I'm guilty of doing that over and over again. I also do like to try drugstore formulas, and this is a really good palette, I think, from the drugstore. Also, you can buy this on the Ulta website, and then you can use their $3 off a $15 purchase and save even more money. So I really like this. Fantastic packaging, really big mirror, beautiful pastels, but also some fun grungy colors so you can deepen things up if you are a tan skin tone or you just like more grungy eyeshadow looks. Even in the springtime, I think this is a beautiful, beautiful palette for spring, so I had to mention the LA Girl palette for you guys. Okay, folks, that is everything for this spring themed eyeshadow palette video. I mean, of course, you can wear anything you want anytime. I just think these types of videos are fun ways to kind of remind us of what is in our collection. And if you're on the hunt for any of these palettes, I just wanted to give you guys like my quick thoughts on them. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will catch you in my next video tomorrow. Bye, guys!